I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Hey mamas, welcome to another episode of the podcast. So today I have kind of a crazy topic for you that might blow some of your minds, but this has been on my mind a lot lately, and I wanted to share it with you. It is why focusing on strategy can actually sabotage your business. And you all know I'm a business coach, so you're probably like, what the heck? Focusing on strategy is what we're supposed to do. And it's actually not what we're supposed to do. So I used this analogy a couple weeks ago on the interview that I did with my client, Christy, the graphic designer. We talked about how being really focused on how to hit her goal totally stressed her out and made her feel confused and in a confusion spiral. And then focusing on her belief was what totally helped her be super clear on how to do it. And the analogy that I used was that our business strategy and the how of hitting our goals is kind of like magic eye. So I don't know if you ever had those books or posters when you were a kid, but I was like obsessed with them in maybe second or third grade, whatever year it was that they came out. I was crazy for them. And I remember how when I would look at them, when I would try to see the picture, I would not be able to see the picture. So if you're not familiar with Magic Eye, it's like this crazy weird pattern on a piece of paper. And if you look at it a certain way, you can see like this thing like look like it pops out in 3D. And if you look at it just like the regular way that we look at things, you don't see anything. So what I notice with Magic Eye is that the more that you're trying to see it and you're like trying really hard to focus and trying to see it, you see nothing. And when you just kind of like relax and let your eyes just kind of glaze over and you just kind of release the reins, relax your whole body, that's when the 3D image pops out. I feel that it is the same way with our business strategy and the how of hitting our goals. When we are so focused on figuring out the how and we want to understand exactly how we're going to hit this goal before we're going to set this goal for ourselves, and we're like trying to micromanage it and trying to like map it out all in advance, we become very confused and we don't hit our goal. Essentially, what we're trying to do is prove it to ourselves that we can do it before we believe we can do it. What we actually have to do is focus on the belief that we can do it and not worry about the how. Obviously, from that belief, we want to be taking action. I'm not talking about sitting on the couch trying to manifest something. You want to take massive, inspired action towards whatever your goal is. But that has to be flowing from the belief. And something that I've really discovered as I have grown my business is that the most important thing for success in your business is your energy. The energy that you are coming from when you do any of the things in your business. So whether you are meeting people in Facebook groups, whether you're on a sales call, whether you're doing a webinar, whatever it is that you're doing, the energy behind it is the number one predictor of what your results are going to be. And by energy, I mean the way that you are feeling. This isn't like, if you're super high energy and you're super excited. This is all about the way that you are feeling because of what you're thinking. And for me, the best way to be in the best energy is to be in full belief. So like when I was going through my mastermind launch, being in full belief of being a coach who fills this program, of selling out this program, of filling my 20 spots. So what I focused on was the belief more than anything else. I actually changed up a lot of the strategies in my mastermind launch from any launch I had ever done before. I took out a lot of the elements that were tried and true for me, like a formal webinar and sales calls. I cut out a lot of that stuff and focused on my belief. And because I did that, I exceeded my goal, even with doing some new strategies that I didn't know for sure would work. So this is also why I don't give out exact like scripts or templates or that kind of thing. I know a lot of business coaches will give you like formats or templates for webinars or scripts for sales calls or templates for emails and social media posts and that kind of thing. And the reason that I don't give that to all of you is not because I don't love you and not because I don't have things that would work or that have worked for me. The reason that I don't give those things is that your energy is going to determine if those things work or not. So you could use the exact same words as me. You could literally copy and paste my stuff. You could copy and paste my posts and my emails and all of that. Put it out there and get different results than I have gotten. I totally believe that because you wouldn't be coming from the energy that I have come from when I have written those things. And it wouldn't be as authentic and true to you. And this is why in all of my programs, especially in Mama to CEO, this is like my number one focus. Every single module that I've put in there is set up to teach you how to think to be successful with that thing. So I teach you how to think to be successful in your sales calls. And I give you multiple different modules to help you hit all of those different points in your energy, in your confidence, to help you show up and sell whatever it is you're selling. Same with marketing. I help you to really develop all of the beliefs that you need to have to be, first of all, creating fantastic content and copy that's converting, and also to really make strong offers that are compelling people in, and finally, have the right thoughts to get you consistently pumping out that high quality, high converting content. It starts in your mind. And while I'm giving you tangible tools to create your own stuff, I'm also really brainwashing your mind into the high confidence, high belief that you need to have in yourself when you're out there building your business. So I really want you to play with this, to experiment with this. If you're one of those people who gets really hung up on the how, when you're really, every time you're thinking about a goal, you're wondering how, you're stressing about the how, you're trying to figure out how to do that, I want you to let that go. I want you to be willing to suspend your need to see how it's going to happen, suspend your doubt, suspend your disbelief, and really focus on your willingness to believe without knowing the how, and your willingness to figure it out when you're in that belief. And the reason that this is so important is that trying to micromanage what you know makes you forget what you know. It is fascinating how often I will talk to clients. I just got off a client call a couple minutes ago where she told me her goal, and then she was like, yeah, but I don't know how to do that. And she's like literally signed clients before. She's made a ton of money before. It's not like she hasn't done any of this. And I had to bring her back to what she knew. And I asked her, what do you know about booking consults and signing clients? And she was able to list a giant list of things. And I guarantee that you would be able to list a giant thing too. Even if maybe you haven't signed a client or you've signed a couple clients, if you've been listening to my podcast, you know how to sign clients. You know how to book calls. I literally have episodes about how to do those things. Intellectually, you know how to do those things. You have to believe that you can do them and then do the thing that I tell you on the podcast. Go out there and make it happen. So always come back to belief that you can do it and looking for what you know. And if you need help doing this, because this is really hard, you're essentially asking your brain to believe in something without evidence. And while this is how we change our lives, to believe something new and do something new, that is the secret, literally, to how you change your life and change your business. Our brains aren't wired to want to do that. Our brains are wired to want to stay with what we know. So if this is something you struggle with, absolutely come over and join us in Mama to CEO. I am coaching on this every single week. My team of coaches and I are coaching on this every single day in the community. We have got your back. And then, of course, you've got all those modules where I will literally brainwash you into believing and doing what you need to do to make the money that you want. So come join us over in Mama to CEO, mamatoceo.com. All right, I'll see you there, and I'll see you back here next week. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com, mamatoceo.com.